Balance of trade and balance of payments are two different concepts in international trade. First one is a balance of trade. So what do you mean by balance of trade? BOT. What do you mean by balance of trade? Balance of trade refers to the total value of countries' exports of commodities and total values of imports of commodities. So in balance of trade, we talk about the commodities, the transaction of commodities. Commodities are moving from one country to another. So whatever is sent out of our country is called as exports. India is exporting wheat. India is exporting rice. That means India is sending rice or sending these commodities to some other country. Importing. What do you mean by importing? Getting goods from another country, getting commodities from other countries are called as imports. India is importing oil from Saudi Arabia, importing diamonds from South Africa. So what do you mean by balance of trade? Here you have two things, exporting and importing, and all these commodities have values. They have a price. Okay. So what do you mean by balance of trade? Balance of trade refers to the total value of a country's exports of commodities and total values of imports of commodities. Isn't it easy, girls? Balance of trade. So if they ask, what do you mean by balance of trade? What is meant by balance of trade? You have to give these two sentences. Balance of trade refers to the total value of countries' exports of commodities and total values of imports of commodities. So sometimes the balance of trade will be equal, sometimes it will be favorable, or it will be unfavorable. So three things can happen. It can be equal. The balance of trade can be equal. What do you mean by equal? If the quantity of exports and the quantity of imports are equal, then it is said as balance of trade is at equilibrium, is balanced, both are equal. Sometimes it will be favorable. What do you mean by favorable? Look at this picture here. We have exports and imports. If the exports are more and the imports are less, then it is said to be a favorable balance of trade condition. The balance of trade is in favorable position. That means the exports are more than the imports. I want to repeat it again. When the total value of commodity export of a country exceeds the total value of commodity imports of that country, it is said that the country has a favorable balance of trade. That means the country is at a better position. It is in a good position. It is in a favorable position because the country is exporting more. When you export more only, you get foreign currencies. You have foreign reserves in the country. You get foreign money. You get dollars. You get yen. You get franc. You get riyals. You get dirhams. Okay, from other countries, pounds, euros. Okay, only when you export, you get foreign currencies, which can be kept as a reserve in the Reserve Bank of India. So when the total value of commodity exports of a country exceeds, means it is more. The country's export is more than the country's import. That is what is meant by exceeds the total value of commodity imports of that country. It is said that the country has a favorable balance of trade. What do you mean by unfavorable balance of trade? I think you would have got the answer now. If the imports are more than the export, that is, a country is getting more from other countries. India is getting more from other countries, but it is exporting only less. So what happens? Indian rupee has to be given to other countries. Indian rupee is given to America, Brazil, or Saudi Arabia, or Germany, or Singapore. So our country money, the country's currency, is given to some other country. So our money goes to some other countries, which is not a favorable thing. So when the total value of commodity exports of a country is less than the total value of commodity imports of that country, it is said that the country has an unfavorable balance of trade. When the total value of commodity exports of the country exporting value is less than the total value of commodity imports of the country, the import is more, then a country is said to be in an unfavorable balance of trade condition. That is, if the imports are more, just imagine the blue is more, the import is more, and the green arrow is facing downward, it is less, then it means it is unfavorable balance of trade situation. So this is to do with balance of trade. So I told you what is balance of trade, what is balance of trade at equilibrium, then favorable balance of trade and unfavorable balance of trade. Okay. Next, let us go on to balance of payments, BOP. This is BOT, balance of trade. Payment means you are making a payment. You are exporting or importing, and exporting means you receive payment. Okay, when you are importing, you have to pay to some other country. So what do you mean by balance of payments? Balance of payment is a systematic record. It is a record where you enter all your transactions. Okay, it is like a ledger where you write everything. I've imported so much wheat, so much sugar, so much gold, and I've exported all these things. So it is maintaining a record. How we maintain records at home? Whenever we do a transaction, okay, even your parents must be maintaining a budget. Okay, whatever they buy, whatever they spend, whatever income they have received, so it is a record. Likewise, a country has to maintain a record. Without record, we cannot do anything. So balance of payment is a systematic record of a country's economic and financial transactions with the rest of the world over a period of time. So balance of payment is a systematic record of country's economic and financial transaction with the rest of the world over a period of time. This is the answer for question number 26, page number 135. In my textbook, it is 135, 7.8.2. Okay, 7.8.2, balance of payment. So balance of payment is a systematic record of a country's economic and financial transactions with the rest of the world. When a payment is received from a foreign country, it is a credit transaction. Okay, when a payment is received, when you receive a payment from foreign country, it is a credit transaction. While a payment to a foreign country is a debit. You are account student, so you must be knowing about the debit and the credit side. So you have, it is a systematic record where we have all the economic and financial transaction of a country with the rest of the world over a period of time. So what are the components in balance of payment? What are the components? You have the current account, the capital account, and the official reserve assets account. So these are the components of balance of payment. The components of balance of payment are the current account, the capital account, the official reserve asset account. Again, here we see the balance of payment disequilibrium. Balance of, if it is not equal, if it is not balanced, then it is called as disequilibrium. Balance of payment disequilibrium occurs when demand is not equal to supply. When the demand is not equal to supply, then it is called as disequilibrium. If the demand is greater than credit, then it is called as deficit. The country is taking more from other countries, but it is giving only less. Okay? Importing more, it is importing more and it is exporting less. If the debit is greater than credit, it is called as deficit. பற்றாக்குறை. அப்போ கடன் ஆயிருது, நம்ம கடன் கொடுக்க வேண்டியதா ஆயிருது. Debit greater இருந்ததுன்னா, if debit is greater than credit, then it is called as disequilibrium. The balance of payment is said to be balanced or at equilibrium when the receipts R and the payments P are just equal. So the balance of payment is said to be balanced or it is said to be at equilibrium when the receipts means whatever we are receiving, the receipts, okay, are, and payments means what we are making, we are giving it to other countries. The receipts R and the payments P are just equal. If R by P is equal to 1, for example, revenue receipts is 10 and the payment is also 10. So 10 divided by 10 is 1. So the balance of payment is said to be balanced when the receipts are and the payments. So whatever we are receiving, we are giving it back. So that means R by P is equal to 1. Then that is said to be balanced. When receipts exceeds payment, when R is greater than P, when the receipts exceeds payments, the balance of payment is said to be favorable. When the receipts exceed, whatever we are receiving, that is more than the payments that we are making. So R by P is greater than 1. Suppose we are receiving 10 rupees and we are making only 5 rupees. So 10 divided by 5, 2. 2 is greater than 1. So when the receipts exceeds payments, the balance of payment is said to be favorable. That is R divided by P greater than 1. Unfavorable means it's vice versa. When the receipts are less than the payments, the balance of payment is said to be unfavorable. R is only 5, but the payment is 10. 5 by 10 is half, 1 by 2, which is lesser than 1. Then it's said to be unfavorable. When receipts are less than payments, the balance of payment is said to be unfavorable. That is B by P is lesser than 1. Did you understand, girls? So this is about the balance of payment disequilibrium. So what are the types of balance of payment disequilibrium? What are the types? Here we have 3 types. Cyclical disequilibrium, secular disequilibrium, structural disequilibrium. So these are the types of balance of payment disequilibrium. So what are the types of balance of payment disequilibrium? There are 3. A. Cyclical disequilibrium. B. Secular disequilibrium. C is structural disequilibrium. So what do you mean by cyclical disequilibrium? 7.8.5. Cyclical disequilibrium occurs because of 2 reasons. So this can happen because of 2 reasons. One, when the 2 countries which are in transaction have different phases of business cycle. We have already seen business cycle: boom, depression, recession, recovery. These are the phases of business cycles, different phases of business cycle. When one country is in boom and the other country is in recession stage, there will be a cyclical disequilibrium. Did you understand? ஒரு கண்ட்ரி வந்து நல்ல பூம்ல இருக்கு, நல்ல செழிப்பா இருக்கு. இன்னொரு கண்ட்ரி அப்படியே மங்கி போய் ரெசெஷன் பீரியட்ல இருக்கு. இவங்க 2 பேரும் டிரான்சாக்ஷன் பண்ணா கண்டிப்பா அங்க என்ன இருக்கும்? டிஸ்ஈக்குலிபிரியம் இருக்கும். ஏன்னா அவங்க நல்லா இருக்க கண்ட்ரி, நல்ல செழிப்பா இருக்க கண்ட்ரி நிறைய எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. இவங்களால ஒண்ணுமே பண்ண முடியாது. அப்போ பேமெண்ட்ல டிஸ்ஈக்குலிபிரியம் வரும். ஸோ சைக்ளிக்கல் டிஸ்ஈக்குலிபிரியம் வரதுக்கு 2 காரணம். ஒன் இஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட், if the 2 countries may be passing through different phases of business cycle. Second, because of the elasticities of demand. The demand varies from one country to another. So cyclical disequilibrium can happen because of 2 reasons. One, when the 2 countries are going through different phases of business cycle. And 2, if there is a difference in the elasticities of demand. Next one, secular disequilibrium. Secular disequilibrium is also called as the long run disequilibrium. It may occur because of the long run and deep-seated changes in the economy as it advances from one stage of growth to another. If a country is again going through a phase where it is growing, it is a long time effect. So it is called as a long run disequilibrium. The secular or long run disequilibrium in balance of payment occurs because of long run and deep-seated changes in an economy as it advances from one stage of growth to another. Last one is structural disequilibrium. Structural disequilibrium. There is a change in the structure of a country. Structural changes in the economy can be a cause for the balance of payment disequilibrium. Structural changes may include different sources of supply, development of alternative sources of supply are planned, development of better substitutes are planned. Then a country is using different types of technology, different kinds of transport. These are all structural changes in an economy. So structural changes in the economy may also cause a balance of payment in the disequilibrium. So these are the types of balance of payment disequilibrium. Next, let us see the causes of balance of payment disequilibrium. What are the causes? First one is cyclical fluctuation, structural changes. Already we have seen cyclical. What do you mean by cyclical? There is two countries which are doing transaction. They go through different phases of business cycle. So there must be cyclical fluctuation. This is a cause for balance of payment disequilibrium. Then there are structural changes. There is a change in the structure of the economy. Then development expenditure. If it is an underdeveloped country, they will be concentrating more on development, laying roads, building dams, building schools, hospitals. So they will not be able to concentrate on production of goods. So they try to export less and import more. So these are developmental expenditure. Consumerism. What do you mean by consumerism? In a country, if people tend to consume more and more and more, consumption becomes more. So people's demand will be more. When the country is not able to produce goods according to the demand of the people within the country, naturally they try to import goods from another country. So consumerism. Demonstration effect. Demonstration effect means you look at a country which is much developed than us, and we will try to follow the lifestyle of those people. That is what is happening in India. Okay, we are not used to pizza, burger and sausages, but we are looking at Western countries. They are eating sausages. Why not we eat? They are eating pizzas. Why not I eat? They are doing all these things. So looking at other advanced countries, people in this country or people in the lesser developed country or developing country, they try to follow the people of the advanced country. This is only called as demonstration effort. This is very, very important, girls. Demonstration effect. Okay. Deficit in the balance of payment of developing countries is also caused by demonstration effect, which influences the people in the underdeveloped countries to imitate. We are trying to imitate Western styled goods. So we like to imitate, we like to copy. We want to copy the lifestyle of people who are living in Europe or America or elsewhere. This will raise the propensity to import. So what happens when people try to use other foreign goods? There is more of import of those goods, causing adverse balance of payment. This is good for the developed countries. It is good for developed countries because the lesser developed countries are trying to follow the developed countries, and we are trying to buy the goods which they use, and it is advantageous for them, but it is a disadvantage for the lesser developed or underdeveloped or developing countries. Next is borrowing. What do you mean by borrowing? International borrowing and investment may cause a deficit in the balance of payment. When the international borrowing is heavy, a country's balance of payment will be adverse since it's repay loans with interest. When we borrow more and more and more, we have to pay interest. So we will be concentrating on paying the interest. So there will be a deficit in the balance of payment. There will be a disequilibrium in the balance of payment. Girls, are you able to follow? Are you able to understand? Since all these things are very easy, I'm going a bit fast. Okay. Technological backwardness. Due to technological backwardness, the people of our country, take for India, for example, Indians, are unable to use the solar power available with them. There is actually we are paying more for current. We have to spend more and more for electricity. Government is spending more to produce electricity. For 1 unit, if the government spends 10 rupees, they are charging only 2 rupees or 1 rupee from a layman, from us. So the government has to incur more and more for the production of electricity. But whereas we can produce electricity even from solar power. Sun is a very, what can we say about sun? It is a natural good, free of cost. We can use the benefit of solar energy, but technologically we are not very popular or very sound in producing current from solar energy. So that is a technological backwardness. So due to technological backwardness, the people or Indians are unable to use the solar energy available with them. As a result, they import huge petroleum products from foreign countries, increasing the trade deficit. Sun is easily available, sunlight is easily available, free of cost, but we are not able to use that. So we tend to import more and more of petroleum goods. Last is global politics. The rich countries, for example, you take USA, they need to sell their weapons to promote their economy and generate employment for their selfish motive. They produce more and more of weapons and they try to sell it to underdeveloped countries. Underdeveloped countries, no other go, they have to buy it from the advanced countries. So the rich countries need to sell their weapons to promote their economy and generate employment. Hence, war between countries. Since rich countries are producing weapons, Iran, Iraq, India, Pakistan, we are all buying those weapons. And there is always constant war between India and Pakistan. Iran and Iraq are fighting. Okay, because of the production of weapons, the wars are getting stimulated. In order to win the wars, the poor countries are forced to buy the weapons from the rich countries, using their export earnings and creating trade deficit. Thus, underdeveloped countries are trapped forever because of this global politics. Did you understand, girls? Hope you understood it. Okay, these are the causes of balance of payment disequilibrium. So what are the measures to correct balance of payment disequilibrium? Okay, export is always good. That's why a thumbs up, okay, a green color. Imports are not good. So balance of payment, there is a disequilibrium. Exporting only less, but we are importing more. So there is a balance of payment disequilibrium. This is a cartoon figure for you to understand this concept better. Balance of payment disequilibrium. We are exporting very less. So at the same time, we are importing more. ஸோ இதை பிடிச்சி எவ்வளோதான் இழுத்தாலும் நம்மளால் பண்ணவே முடியல. ஏன்னா இம்போர்ட்டுடைய பாரம் ஜாஸ்தி இருக்குது. பண்ணுற எக்ஸ்போர்ட்டு ஒரே ஒரு டப்பா தான். இம்போர்ட் பார்த்திங்கன்னா நிறையா இறக்குமதி செஞ்சுட்ருக்கோம். ஸோ இதை எப்படி கரெக்ட் பண்ணுறது? ஒன்று டெப்ரிசியேஷன் அல்லது டீவேல்யூவேஷன் பண்ணலாம். இம்போர்ட்டை கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணணும். அல்லது எக்ஸ்போர்ட் ப்ரொமோட் பண்ணலாம். எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணலாம். Production of import substitute, monetary policy or capital import. These are the measures to correct BOP disequilibrium. We will see about it, we'll see in detail about the correction to balance of payment. Measures to correct balance of payment disequilibrium, we have to see it in detail.